Hello, everybody. It's Bill's that college football guy here with, yes, stand up, rank up. It's here. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Stand up, rank up. Stand up part of the video. What does this thing stand for? Stand up stands for short standings, as in the standings for the mock draft that I participated with JY and Steve from the Big Mountain and Steven from STVCastle. Remember to check out both of their channels, the Big Mountain and STVCastle, both on YouTube. We did a 12-team G5 FCS crazy draft, which went off the rails. It was we have power schools in there. We have G5, we have FCS draft in there, and we did the draft before earlier about a school for the power schools being drafted, and people didn't like the fact that it was getting judged by someone in media, and this one was being judged by the people. And I said, blurted out, and I forgot how I blurted it out. It might have been on X probably. Why don't we just decide it on the field and on the court? Why don't we decide it that way? And I thought it was appropriate that we do that one and put out a poll, and 90-something% of you, everybody said yes, let's do it that way. So this draft, I have the paperwork for here, have everybody's teams from the draft, and basically what happens is we're going to judge it in 7 different categories. 4 for football, 3 for men's basketball. The 4 for football: win-loss percentage, conference championships, the G5 playoff spot, because there's only one, and bowl appearances. And the reason there's only 4 is I wanted tiebreakers. I guess for the G, and like I said, it's based on a and we decide at the end of the year how I know how the point scale is, but then we're going to figure that out at the end of the year. Basically, like football is, the other thing is men's basketball. Let's get to this first. It's decided in 3 categories. We're talking win-loss percentage, conference championships, and NCAA tournament shares. The reason there's so few categories is because I want other categories to be the tiebreakers, just in case we have some. So 7 categories. Basketball being, if you have, for example, we have 4 schools. First place is 4 points, second place 3 points, third place 2 points, fourth place 1 point. However, since media-wise you would determine that football is like 4 times, 5 times better than basketball, but fan-wise, football is a lot bigger, but not that far apart. It's probably twice as important. So football is twice as important as basketball, so football is decided by points as well, except it's going to be doubled. For 3 of the 4 categories, the college football playoff spot's different because there's only one. For win-loss percentage, for conference championships and bowl appearances, it's 8 points for first, 6 points for second, 4 points for third, and 2 points for fourth. However, for the CFP spot, since there's only one, now I said, how do you determine that spot since there's only one spot? Well, they have this thing called the CFP rankings, and there's quite a few G5s in there. Plus, at the bottom, there's this little thing that says others receiving votes. So go through there and do that and rank that out. And because there's only one, first place is worth 10 points. Second's worth 6. Third place is worth 4. Fourth place is worth 2. That's how we split this up here. In the category. So basically what we do is the status report's going to be here is every 2 weeks we're going to go through and do the win-loss records of football, because we can determine that right now. Who's in 4th place, who's in 3rd, who's in 2nd, who's in 1st. And then once football's done, we'll decide that. Also, we're doing a split up there when basketball starts, men's basketball. We do the same thing. It'll be when the period of time when both of them are going at the same time, there's going to be a football and a men's basketball at the same time. We're not going to do tier ratings for wins and all that other stuff. It's just going to be win-loss record. Doesn't matter who you beat them. That's how we're doing this. We're not doing this on quadrant and everything else. I'm not doing that. No. Just that football and basketball. It's just wins. Just win, baby. That's it. So I'm going to list off all 4 conferences, all the members, and basically it's JY and Steve from the Big Mountain, Steven from STVCastle, and the Big Mountain's first, STVCastle, and that college football guy alphabetically is last, so I'm last. So I'm going to list all the schools off, then we're going to go who's in 4th, who's in 3rd, who's in 2nd, who's in 1st. This is win-loss percentage for the first update. All right. Since the Big Mountain's the first show, Steve, JY's first. So JY's schools were Boise State for the Mountain West, Tulane Actually, yeah, Boise State. I'm doing this in this draft order. Boise State, Tulane, North Texas, Appalachian State, Louisiana, New Mexico, his Wyoming Cowboys, FAU, which is Florida Atlantic, North Dakota State from FCS. This is where we're going off the rails a little bit. Rice, Western Kentucky, and Georgia Southern. Now, Steve went really off the rails because I'll get to this. He picked UNLV, UTSA, and then he picked two schools that are technically power schools because they're not eligible for the G5 draft we put them in anyway, because Oregon State and Washington State can't win the G5 playoff spot. If you can't win the playoff spot, you're not G5. Just way it goes. They're in the same tier as Notre Dame. But anyway, they're in on this draft. So Steve picked UNLV, UTSA, Oregon State, Washington State, Air Force, San Diego State, Fresno State, Utah State, a lot of damn states, Troy, then he went FCS, Tarleton State, San Jose State, and Hawaii. So he had a lot of states. He had two power schools and an FCS. So he's kind of all over the place. Now, Steve in STVCastle, his was Texas State, Coastal Carolina, UTEP, Northern Illinois, Ohio, Colorado State, Miami of Ohio. Where are we at here? Sam Houston State, Tulsa, Georgia State, Middle Tennessee State, and Charlotte. All right. And last, yours truly, that college football guy, I picked, mine's really Eastern, Memphis, UConn, South Florida, East Carolina, James Madison, Liberty, Toledo, Marshall, Navy, Army, UAB, and Temple. A lot there, huh? So, now we're going to go through here and do through the rankings. Now, in fourth place, this is win-loss percentage only, and again, this is counting week 0, week 1, and week 2. This is before week 3. Next one's before week 5. Fourth place is Steven, STVCastle. To do his standings, Texas State is 2-0, the only undefeated team in his conference. He has 6 schools that are 1-1. Ohio, Coastal Carolina, Colorado State, Northern Illinois, UTEP, and Tulsa. He has 4 schools that are 0-2. Miami of Ohio, Georgia State, Charlotte, and Middle Tennessee State, as well as Sam Houston State, who's 0-3. A lot of these schools play a lot of Power 5 opponents. Ohio just had that big win over West Virginia. Power 4 opponents, excuse me. So Stevens' win-loss record's 8-17, which is a winning percentage of 32%. In third place is Steve from the Big Mountain. He has UNLV and Tarleton State both at 3-0. Washington State at 2-0. He has Fresno State and Hawaii at 2-1. Air Force is 1-0, so he had a bye. He has Utah State, San Diego State, and Troy at 1-1. And then he has Oregon State, UTSA, and San Jose State all at 0-2. So he's 16-11, 59.3%. That's third place. Second place is yours truly, that college football guy. I had 4 teams that went 2-0. South Florida, Memphis, Navy, and Temple. I had 7 schools that went 1-1. Army, UConn, James Madison, Toledo, East Carolina, Liberty, and UAB. And I had Marshall that went 0-2. So I went 15-9, 62.5%. And in first place, by process elimination, JY's in first place. He has 5 schools undefeated, 2-0. Tulane, North Texas, Appalachian State, Wyoming, and North Dakota State. Western Kentucky's 2-1. He has 5 schools that are 1-1. Boise State, Louisiana, New Mexico, FAU, and Rice, with Georgia Southern at 0-2. He is 17-8, 68% winning percentage. So congrats, JY, you're in first. Next report's going to be in week 5. So we'll see what happens between now and then. Now, next up, to this number here, the subscriber rankings, which is all 50 subscriber schools. Okay. I was asked about this. I'm going to put this up in the comments section of the video. I rate my top 25 as well as subscriber rankings on a point scale. I don't do, okay, I feel this guy moves up and this guy moves up and this is this and this. No. A blowout win, I call it 18 points or more as a blowout, but 17, 2 touchdowns and a field goal. 18, it's a lot harder. You beat him up. You have no chance of winning. Decisive win, blowout, whatever the hell you want to call it. That's worth more than a win at 17 or less. And a victory over a top 5 team is worth more than a victory over a top 25 team, which is worth more than a victory over a Power 4 team, which is worth more than a victory over G5, which is worth more than a victory over FCS. With me so far? All right. All right. That's how that's going to be. I'll put the full chart up there. Like if you beat an FCS school, I'm going to do it from the bottom up on this one, okay? You beat an FCS school by 17 or less, you know how many points you get? 0. You didn't do a damn thing. You can't beat a blowout an FCS school. What the hell are you doing? G5 or not, what the hell are you doing? You beat an FCS school, blowout an FCS school, you're okay. Here's the other thing about this. It needs to be understood. Top 25, in this case, 1 through 50. Number 1 is worth 1 point. Number 50 is worth 50 points. If you win a game, points get deducted from your score. If you lose a game, points get added. So wins are minuses, losses are plus. With me so far? All right. So blowout win over a win over an FCS school, 17 or less. Regular win over FCS school, 0 points. Blowout win, -2. Win over a G5, -2. Blowout win over G5, -4. You get me so far? Win over a Power 4 is -4. Blowout win over a Power 4 is -6. Beat a top 25 is -6. Blowout a top 25, it's -8. Beat a top 5, it's -8. Blowout a top 5, it's -10. Okay, you with me so far? All right. Now, the losses, the worse, the lower the opponent, the more points to get added. You know, best you can lose to is, we're going to do this one bottom to top. Top to bottom, I should say, reverse, not in the top or ascending order, your descending order. A close loss to a top 5 school is +2. Blowout loss, +4. To a top 5 is +4. Close loss to a top 25 is +4. Blowout loss is +6. Get me so far? Loss to a Power 4 is +6. Blowout loss to a Power 4 is +8. Loss to a G5 is +8. Blowout loss to a G5 is +10. Loss to an FCS school is +10. Blowout loss to an FCS school is +12. So you're just kissing a chance of being in the poll goodbye. You're in the top 25. You get a blowout loss to an FCS school, yeah, you're done. So that's how the point scale goes. It's based on mathematics. It's a mathematical formula. It's not based on winning. Based on, I feel this is better. So we're going to go through the subscriber rankings here. I'm going to go through the preseason one, because we did that preseason, since it's 2 weeks. This is week 0, week 1, week 2, just like the mock draft, the standings were, mock draft standings were. So, subscriber rankings, 1 through 50. 1 through 50. Number 1 was Ohio State. I should do the top 5. 1 is Ohio State, 2 is Georgia, 3 Alabama, 4 Oregon, 5 Miami. Again, these are just the subscriber schools, the 50 I did the videos for. 6 is LSU, 7 Notre Dame, 8 Iowa State, 9 Louisville, 10 Tennessee. 11 is Baylor, 12 Boise State, 13 Memphis, 14 Oregon State, 15 UNLV. 16 San Jose State, 17 West Virginia, 18 Colorado State, 19 Toledo, 20 East Carolina. First off, you're asking, how do you get these rankings? I already did the predictions on all of you. I'm going off the record I had you down for. That's what I did base this on. But the truth shakes out on its own. Trust me on that. 21 South Florida, 22 Colorado, 23 Ohio, 24 Washington, 25 Hawaii. And out of the top 25, 26 Western Kentucky, 27 New Mexico, 28 Utah, 29 UCLA, 30 is UCF, 31 Bowling Green, 32 Texas State, 33 BYU, 34 Northern Illinois, 35 Utah State, 36 UAB, 37 Delaware, 38 Houston, 39 Washington State, 40 Central Michigan, 41 Troy, 42 Coastal Carolina, 43 Fresno State, 44 Marshall, 45 San Diego State, 46 Cal, 47 Wyoming, 48 UTEP, 49 UMass, and 50 Oklahoma State. That was the preseason subscriber rankings. Now, the new ones. Well, top two didn't change. Number one still Ohio State, and number two still Georgia. Up one spot to number 3 is Oregon. Up one spot to 4 is Miami. Up 3 spots to 5 is Iowa State. Holding at number 6 is LSU. Again, this is, I told you, minus points off, but this is 2 or 3 games. This is 2 games or 3 games for those who did week 0. So there's a lot of points. You can go, like, you could lose an example of one here. You lose a game, power forward, the power forward is minus 6, but you win a game, it's plus 4, so that net is minus 2. You know, that's how it goes in net points here. All right, so 6 LSU, 7's Tennessee, 8 Alabama, 9 Memphis. Okay, so we're getting number 1 Ohio State, 2 Georgia, 3 Oregon, 4 Miami, 5 Iowa State, 6 LSU holding steady. Up 3 spots to number 7 is Tennessee. Down 5 spots to 8 is Alabama. Holding at number 9 is Louisville. Up 3 spots to 10 is Memphis. Down 4 spots to 11 is Notre Dame. Up 3 spots to number 12 is UNLV. Up 8 spots to number 13 is South Florida. Down 3 spots to number 14 is Baylor. Down 3 spots to number 15 is Boise State. Up 8 spots to number 16 is Washington. Holding at number 17 is West Virginia. Cracking the top 25, number 18 up to 10 spots is Utah. Holding at 19 is Toledo. Down 2 spots to 20 is Colorado State. Up 2 spots to 21 is Ohio. Down 2 spots to 22 is East Carolina. Coming into the top 25, up 10 spots to number 23 is BYU. Down 2 spots to 24 is Colorado, and also coming in the top 25, up 5 spots to number 25 is UCF. 26, up 6 spots. Number 26 is Texas State. Down 2 spots, number 27 is Hawaii. Down 2 spots to 28 is Western Kentucky. Biggest drop of the week, down 15 spots to number 29 is Oregon State. Down 14 spots to 30 is San Jose State. It's really tumbled. Down 4 spots to 31 is New Mexico. Up 6 spots to 32 is Houston. Down 2 spots to 33 is Bowling Green. Up 5 spots to 34 is Washington State. And now we have the back-to-backs. Both have the biggest climb of the week. Both up 11 spots. 35 is Cal. 36 is Wyoming. Holding at number 37 is Delaware. Down 4 spots to 38 is Northern Illinois. Down 10 spots to 39 is UCLA. Down 5 spots to 40 is Utah State. Up 2 spots to 41 is Fresno State. Down 6 spots to 42 is UAB. Down 2 spots to 43 is Troy. Down 4 spots to 44 is Central Michigan. Down 3 spots to 45 is Coastal Carolina. Up 4 spots out of the cellar, because they got to win, Oklahoma State. Down 2 spots to 47 is San Diego State. Holding at 48 is UTEP. Down 5 spots to 49 is Marshall. And the bottom of the list with 2 embarrassing losses, unfortunately, at 50 is UMass. Oh my. Yeah, UMass had it rough. Lost to an FCS school and got blown out. It was just bad. So again, re-ranking the subscriber rankings here. Top 5 is Ohio State, Georgia, Oregon, Miami, and Iowa State. The rest of the top 10 is LSU, Tennessee, Alabama, Louisville, Memphis. 11 through 15 is Notre Dame, UNLV, South Florida, Baylor, and Boise State. 16 through 20, Washington, West Virginia, Utah, Toledo, and Colorado State. 21 through 25, the rest of the top 25, Ohio, East Carolina, BYU, Colorado, and UCF. 26 through 30, just outside the top 25. Texas State, Hawaii, Western Kentucky, Oregon State, San Jose State. Next 5 up is 31 through 35 is New Mexico, Houston, Bowling Green, Washington State, and Cal. 36 through 40 is Wyoming, Delaware, Northern Illinois, UCLA, and Utah State. 41 through 45 is Fresno State, UAB, Troy, Central Michigan, and Coastal Carolina. And now the bottom 5, Oklahoma State, San Diego State, UTEP, Marshall, and UMass. Oh my. Well, first stand-up rank-up is over now. To let everybody know what's going on, like once college football season, stand-up rank-up is going to be going on, but it's going to be a lot shorter because it's going to be just college basketball. And then once the football season is done, we will crown the football champion of the league, of this standings. We'll do the football champion. And then we'll finish it off with the basketball. And then we'll get basketballs. Then we'll do the basketball champion and then an overall champion because both points are going to be combined. So we'll see how that goes. The points will be combined for both halves. Basketball champion and who's the overall champ. So interesting to see. But let me know what you think about this down in the comments. So again, thanks everybody for watching the video. If you haven't done it already, do me a favor. Smash the like button. Hit the thumbs up. Helps the algorithm of this video be seen by more people. Comment on the video. Let me know what you thought about the mock draft standings, about the subscriber ranking. Was I right? Was I wrong about the subscriber rankings? Let me know down in the comments. Share the video if you want to. If you haven't done it already, check out some of the other videos that I've done. If you like them, hey, subscribe to the channel. On the road to 2K, make some magic happen soon. Working on things here. You want to follow me on X, the link is in the description. I got a question video tomorrow. Something that popped up last couple of days. Asking a question and me asking your opinion. But I'm recording it right after this one. So we'll let know about that. So again, thanks everybody for watching. Everybody's having a great Monday. Be safe and please be good to each other.